Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the G.I. Joe Classified, the Dreadnok Monkeywrench, and this is 167 in the line. And if you're wondering, hey, where'd you get that at? Well, I got it at Sergeant Red's. They got a shipment of them. This one, Cobra Commander, Snake Eyes, and Major Blood. So if you're in the area of Michigan, Utica, Michigan, check them out. Even if you're not looking for these, check out that store. It is an amazing store. John and Dia, two really good people. But anyway, we're here to talk about this guy. I'll also compare him to the original O-ring, my original O-ring that I had. For some odd reason, all my Dreadnoks are the same. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy. We can already see everything that he comes with. His little pitchfork or whatever that thing is, his extra mask, which is created. On the side here, we got some nice artwork, 167. There's this file card. There's this QR code that leads you straight to hell. And there's the barcode if you need that, so you can go into stores and ask them if they have it. On the back, we just get, once again, them in, well, this Dreadnok inside whatever like mechanic shop. I don't want to say mechanic shop. Any type of shop that they're in. You can see the drum set back there. So anyway, I'm excited to get this. I have been waiting for Monkeywrench. He's probably, it goes Torch, Xandar, I can't believe I'm saying that, and then Monkeywrench. They're probably always my favorite Dreadnoks for some odd reason. But anyway, I want to get into this. You don't really want to look at this. I know that. So let's take a look at them. Before we do, if you like this type of content, you like when I drop classified reviews, and please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classified review. All right, here he is out of his plastic prison, and there is a lot of new tooling in this, and then you can see my original O-ring. Again, I don't know why I have all my original O-rings, but I do. So I always like to look at the accessories first. We'll start off with his two fists. Now, we've seen numerous fists before. I'm sure these are the exact same. These are just gloved hands, all right? Or they may be regular hands. It's impossible to really know. They're supposed to be gloved, but you can see some of the detail through it. So they look good, not too much to mess up. You got 4 fingers right there and a thumb, so pretty good. All right, we get these cool axes, all right? First off, they are in line, or straight, shall I say, in line. So looking at these here, so it's this type of axe, all right, clearly one of the weapons. It's got a point at the top, and then it goes into a monkey wrench. I guess that's the best way to put it. And he has it clamped down where he has it so there's an actual weapon, whether it be a nail or something. But looking at this, you get this nice silver up here, which I think looks good. Then you get your two tones. All right, your two tones onto the wrench. You can see how he has it riveted together. So this was a different color. It looks like he probably cut these together. Either had Torch weld them together and then he riveted them together. Right here, he has some tape on it, so he has an actual grip for it. And then on the back here, you can see it's the crescent wrench. This is a crescent wrench. It's a monkey wrench, as I mentioned. But it kind of has like a nail that's supposed to be there. So he has lots of weapons. I don't know how they can reuse this, but this is so cool because this is a different color than this, and then you have obviously this color. So nice idea. Maybe he didn't need 2 of them. I'm not going to complain, right? I think that's going to be a lot of fun to do pictures with, and obviously as a Dreadnok, that's what he can use. He has this scarf here, or bandana, however you want to say it, to cover his face. Now, I believe this is what is going to come with crankcase. And looking at it, there's a lot of wash to it. So it's meant to look really dirty. Probably hasn't washed it in a while. You can see the nice bow tie on the back here. Even on the inside, all right, you can kind of see where, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it's kind of like where the nose is at, right? Where his nose would be. But I love the dirt and everything. Again, a lot of fun. I like this type of stuff. Here we have his 6-shooter. Now, I'm not sure if this is what came with Wild Bill. This one seems a little bit more bulky, but maybe someone in the comments, free feel to let me know. So, quickly looking at it, does not have a port for blast effects. All right. You can see the barrel here. You can see your grip, your trigger. So pretty cool. It almost looks like it's sitting on some sort of weird rail system, but it's not. All right. And then we get his classic weapon right here. And they keep it the theme of using the tape right there. So he definitely likes to tape stuff up so it's easier for him to grip. He's got this nice stock right here. What is some sort of, I mean, it looks like it's some sort of liquid, because it does have a port for some sort of blast effects right here. And we're going to take a look at that. So it's got a scope on it right here. You got your trigger, you get your grip and your trigger guard. It almost looks like it's brass knuckles that he probably had welded on together. This looks like it's some sort of liquid. All right, and then you have his trident gun. Now this does come out. All right, it looks like it is keyed one specific way, so that's how it goes. And then it looks like he has like a double barrel shotgun of some sort. So this is a definite makeshift weapon, and I like the idea of it. Because when I think of this here, you know, this kind of goes back to the Thunder Machine, and it was a complete makeshift, and a lot of the other stuff that you might see with the Dreadnoks. But this thing is like a makeshift weapon, double barrel shotgun. It looks like maybe this has some sort of liquid, who knows, a trident that he can shoot with a scope on it. Very interesting. And quickly, I'll grab this one so you can see the comparison. So he has the big trident here. It doesn't have a scope on it. There's definitely no double barrel shotgun, but you do have the rope right down here, and there you can see the rope on it. It's got the same type of stock. I mean, even down to the little rivet right there and the design of it. So they did a really good job of creating this in this form, but making it so you can actually have a weapon. Where I hate like Xandar's gun. Like it's the gun I hate more than anything. Actually, not more than anything, but you guys get the point. Here are his glasses. I kind of wish they'd just leave glasses on. They'd have them molded on. They are translucent. Like you can see my finger through there. But you're not going to be able to see too well. And he has silver glasses here. So I guess that's kind of what you're looking for, but they look pretty good. They seem to be a little bit stiffer. They're definitely not. Definitely the arms are a little bit stiffer than a lot of the other glasses that we've seen, which is good, I hope. And then we get to his mask. So basically we can take off his hair. This is just going to cover right over it. His hair is kind of all slicked back. Has some nice detail to it. And then you have this mask. Who knows where they came up with this mask? Clearly he was watching a 3D movie. Jaws 3D is what my guess would be. He has some sort of a ventilation system in there, so you can see everything that just kind of wraps around there. And this is for my friends that have been watching it. He looks like he'll go great with Operation Monster Force. Anyway. But that looks pretty good. Paint is good. Over here you have some nice paint. You can see the straps that are holding it on, so it's supposed to be underneath his hair. But what a menacing looking mask. And I don't know if I'm going to be using that because he just really looks good. All right, so let's take a look at this guy, and then we're going to compare him to the O-ring and see if they nailed that. So, looking at him here, his eyes look really good. He's got some very gritty teeth, but they're straight, so that's good. I wonder when they're going to do some like messed up teeth. He's got the full beard going on, wrapping all the way up here. He's got an earring right there. Got an earring over here. It almost looks like he's supposed to have those glasses on. Is that a scar? Oh no, so they're back to doing the scars. So scar just going right across. See the eyebrows? He has an eyebrow ring. I think this is the first figure that has an eyebrow ring. The parted down the middle hair, again, all the different designs in it, just gives it a lot of depth, detail, so when you're doing any type of photography. Then he has his red vest. So you can see the little buttons right here. You can see the stitching going all the way around. His bandana, which, again, I guess if you have this on, you remove this bandana, and you can see exactly how dirty it is here. So again, keeping up with the theme. I guess they could have done one maybe a little bit cleaner, but again, he's a Dreadnok, so why would it be clean? You can see the nice pouches. The little bit of paint right there in the silver really makes everything just pop, in my opinion. Bandolier of grenades, pineapple grenades. He's got 5 of them. It is a seat belt, all right? So this is a seat belt. Quick little story. Back in my skateboarding days, when I skated all the time, there was a company that did seat belts, and I had one, and it was the greatest belt because there were no sharp edges. You just spun it through your pants. If you had pants with too small of belt loops, it wasn't going to fit, but I wore baggy pants, so it didn't matter. All right, looking at his arms, he has a nice little dagger tattoo right there. You get down to his gloves. The painted silver studs is awesome. And the gloves are just normal. I don't really see too much. Although, okay, so you kind of look here. I can tell that these are gloved hands. And when I look here, these are not the same type of gloves. So I have a feeling these are just regular painted hands meant to look like gloves. And then over here, he has the skull tattoo with wrenches, which I think is actually pretty cool. Going down, and you got the same thing with his glove right here. Nice silver studs on it, which I just think is really nice. It really makes it pop. Now quickly, it looks like maybe, I don't know, I guess it is painted silver. It just kind of blends in right there. All right. Here we get down to his belt, and he's got a nice skull right there. You can see the belt loops. He's got a chain wallet. Again, if you were a kid, if you were a skateboarder and you knew Matt Hensley, you had a chain wallet. So you can see the way it latches in there. A little bit of paint rub, that's disappointing, but I love the idea. So you nice chain going right into his back pocket. Again, you have the belt loops here. Here you have one that is just all silver. That's interesting. Why would that be all silver right there? But this is just a chain going from one loop to the other. I guess the silver is supposed to loop around the whole thing. Who knows what that's for? All right. I did mention the belt buckle, which is a skull with wrenches. You go down, you got some ripped pants here. And I think that stitching looks pretty good with it rips. You can see the inside of it. It's all frayed. You get the frayed knee right there. And then you get a couple of bandanas wrapped around in some nice bow ties. You get the boots. All right. As for his articulation, well, oh, wait a minute. What did we miss? Missed this right here. So he's got like this little horseshoe necklace. And it's clearly on just like some sort of string. All right. So this guy can look up about as good as any classified, which isn't very well. He can look down, side to side, and shift his neck back and forth. Okay, we're actually going to take that off. All right. T-pose. Good right there. He's got the bicep swivel, pinless double elbows, nice and smooth to be honest. All right. Same with over here. He's got the ab crunch. Yep, ab crunch right there. So he can go down that far. He can go back that far, and he can turn side to side. And again, what is nice about these compared to Marvel Legends is they don't just cut right across here. They dip in, so technically he can kind of move side to side. But when you turn it, you don't see like it's just like a big cut right there. All right. His Jean-Claude Van Damme, that far. I like the fact that the chains can move. They're on drop-down hips. All right. There's your thigh swivel. Double pinless knees. Again, very smooth. Boot cut and ankle rockers. So all in all, a nice solid figure like the rest of the classified for the most part. Now, let's quickly take a look at the comparison of these two. And then we'll get around to I'm going to pop this off because there goes his head. We'll look at all that in a second. I'm going to remove this. Pop this on here. Put the hair back on. I really wish that all the different hair pieces that they have between G.I. Joe, Cobra, whatever, I wish they would have all keyed them the exact same, especially with the females, so you could swap them. All right. So, our monkey wrench. I guess first we got to see if we can get these glasses on them. And kind of taking off the hair, I'm going to assume that you can just hide the glasses underneath the hair. So you can hide the glasses underneath the hair. That should keep it on. You're going to have to do a little bit of fiddling. I guess that's decent. They look kind of cockeyed, to be honest. Just have to kind of mess around with it. So, looking at the figure, they both have the parted hair in the middle. They have the silver aviators. They're both kind of gritting. Same beard. Then you get the grenades. Now, he didn't have pineapple grenades. They did that there. He has that same little horseshoe necklace. All right. We get down to the red vest. All right. Now, on the vest, he has a chain that runs around there. They probably figured you can't keep the chain on here, and that's why they went down here. So they kind of keep the aesthetic. He does not have any type of tattoos. You look at the gloves, they're studded right around the wrist in the same manner, so they follow that. We get down to the belt buckle, and it's oval, but they give this some detail, the same that's on his tattoo. Here he has like a little pouch, but the belt looks very similar. I like that they threw on the chain wallet and the chains. It just adds to it. I did not look at this here. So you have this nice skull. This almost looks like a book. But look, you got a skull right there. You got the trident on the top. You got the chains that are going down there. You have his little necklace emblem right there. And this is also a seatbelt. So the top one is a seatbelt buckle, and then you just have a regular clasp down there. That's awesome. So looking at this here, you have the pistol. And rather than give him a patch, they just give him a ripped knee. He has a patch over here. And over here, it's ripped where he has a patch. And then the top isn't ripped. The exact same bandanas around the calves. And then you have your black boots, which I think look pretty damn good. So they did a really good job of recreating this figure. Now, again, you think classified, you're like, hey, let's classify it up. If they're not going to, I'm fine with that if they're just going to do retro, but it would be nice to see something a little different. Now, let's try and arm him quickly. So we're going to take the pistol, and again, he has a 6-shooter here, so they just kind of recreated that right there. On the back, there's 2 loops, so I'm going to assume. Okay, so these open up, so you can just kind of flip those up like that. You're gonna go back to back. I guess that probably makes the most sense to have them go back to back like that. All right. You still got his glasses right there. We're gonna pop this off here. And now my guess is we gotta pop the whole head off. And then this goes up from the bottom. So now you kind of have a cowboy, a modern day cowboy right there. We'll throw the hair on. I'm sure we can get the glasses on and everything like that. So I do like this. This is actually going to be pretty cool. I think it's cool that it comes with crankcase, even though I don't have that figure yet. And we're going to pop this off. I would say be very careful when popping the head off, because I could see how this would break. The same way people said the same thing about Crystal Ball. Alright, we pop his head back on. And now we have this guy, this mask. The 3D mask. This guy is going down. He's going to check out a 3D movie at the drive-in in his convertible, but it's in a sandstorm. So this is how he's going to breathe. Very unique. Very unique. Something completely different. I guess something you could say that is classifying it up. Alright. And then for his weapon, the way this grip is, let's hope that his whole hand can fit inside of it. You gotta kind of trigger it. So you get his whole hand inside there, no problem. You just want to try and get the trigger finger up like that. Alright, and while I'm kind of posing them, if you're new to the channel, please take a second, hit the like button, and hit that subscribe button. And again, if you're wondering, why are you doing this? Well, I like to kind of show everyone how easy it is to pose a figure. What it's going to be like right out of the box. There's a lot of guys that already have them. They played around with them. They moved them around. I like to see and show everyone what you're going to get right away, because that kind of that helps some people decide if they want to get something. Because sometimes they might see like this thing seems way too difficult to pose. Now, one of the problems with this, I can tell you right away, is that you can't really grab underneath here. I mean, I can get it to grab, kind of grab right up underneath there. But for the double barrel shotgun, not so much. I have a feeling this guy's probably going to have a different weapon also. As for our posing test here, can we get him on 1 foot? He stands on 1 foot without a problem. And you can see, this is the first time that I've done a review where I've actually had a band singing in the background for him. So, for any of them, I guess I should say. I was not going to go get all my Dreadnoks as I just posed them in the Little Shop of Horrors scene. But I really don't have a problem posing them. Again, I don't think anyone else is going to either. Who knows exactly what he's doing. I still never understood the trident. I thought it was ridiculous then. I think it's kind of ridiculous now. But I love this. I really, really do like these things. So these things are pretty sweet for sure. So you can kind of throw the axe. Maybe he's either helping firefighters, or this is how he fights firefighters, right? And I don't know why I get him going into more and more of a why I am going more and more into the splits, but I do. All right. So that is Monkeywrench in a nutshell. And pop off his hand. Comes off actually really easily. We get a punchy hand, and the punchy hand punches on, plugs in really nice. So it's a nice figure, and you gotta love the double mask, or the extra mask here, the gas mask, whatever you want to call it. It actually works with a lot of what they've been doing. And again, if you just want your classic Monkeywrench, I think they did a good job of giving us all the Dreadnoks in their classic form. But I think it's time to wrap this up and get some pictures. All right, so there you go. That is the classified Monkeywrench compared to my O-ring Monkeywrench right there, my childhood one. I might as well keep them up here and do that review for the classic reviews and just get it done. I'll do that. I got to get some of those done soon. Anyway, here you go. I gotta say, he looks really good. This makes me happy. I didn't grab that Thor Love and Thunder Thor, and I think it was Love and Thunder, and make him into a Monkeywrench. That one looked very close to being Monkeywrench. I'm glad I just kind of waited out because it was $25 to kind of save myself. But anyway, there you go. keep an eye out for them. They're going to show up. But if you're in the area of Utica and Michigan, check out Sergeant Rebs, whether you're looking for this figure or any other figure, because I'll tell you what, you're going to be very impressed with the store. You might even like the owner, John. You'll like Dee, his wife. She's wonderful. John, on the other hand, just messing with you. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Tell me if you got this, because you know what? You got to have all your Dreadnoks. Or maybe you don't like the Dreadnoks and you're like, you know what? I didn't buy any of them. I've actually heard people say they're not a fan of Dreadnoks. To each their own, man. To each their own. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Please just stay this long. Take a second. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classified review. Now, don't go anywhere. You're going, you know what? I love this stuff. You do great videos. I probably don't. But you know what? I got another review right up here for you. And down here will be a playlist of all the classified figures that I've done. Take care.